Hi everyone. I was about to make a change to this open source library that I'm working with right now, but instead of doing it alone, I thought I could share the process with you and show you how easy it is to create an open source contribution right from your browser without having to install any tools. So yeah, let's see how that works. You can do this in any open repository on github.com. The thing you're looking for is this pencil icon. Now, by default, when you arrive to a project, they are going to show you the README file. But if you want to change something in the source, let's say here's this constants JavaScript file. If you open that file up, you will still have the same pencil icon. So because my change is going to be in the README file, let's just go back to the opening page of this project and click on that icon. Okay, yeah, it wasn't rendering for some reason. Anyway, so you click this icon and it says you need to for this repository to propose changes, of course. So you basically are making a copy at this point of this original repository under your GitHub account, and you're making the change there, and when the change is done, you are creating a pull request towards the original repository. So let's just click this button here, and as you can see, the file I'm about to edit opens up, and I'm going to find the line in this README that I wanted to edit. So that's the way how you interact with menu items. And it's right here. So you can't really click on menu items here, but I'm not going to dive into the details of why and how I figured that out. I'm just going to say you cannot use this method like is described here, but actually first you have to get the menu item you want to click. So let's say they are clicking here find, so find menu item equals await, and we have to use this other helper to get that specific menu item. That is the get main menu item. So I'm saying await get main menu item, and the syntax to do this is actually this. So this is the way how I'm obtaining this specific menu item, and when clicking I actually want to pass the instance that I just looked up with the previous command. So this is the correct format of, this is the correct way of interacting with a menu item in this Testcafe browser provider Electron plugin. So now that my change is ready to commit, I'm going to hit preview and see how my change looks like in the README file. So I hit preview. This is disabled by default. You have to click show diff. At least on mine it's disabled, and you scroll down to the part that you changed. That's right here. So you see that this original command is gone, and I've added 2 new lines. One for looking up the specific menu item, and the other is for clicking it. And at this point, all you have to do is say propose changes. Let's say date documentation for menu item. And here we can explain our changes. So it's basically what we changed here. What we figured out is that the old format of calling this function doesn't work anymore. So you, instead of passing in an array of strings, you have to pass in the reference to the actual menu item. So let's just describe it in a few sentences here. In order to make this, for the people who actually maintain this library, to make this review easier, is to leave references inside their code to the part that's relevant to your PR. In this case, we figured out the click on main menu item doesn't accept an array of strings anymore, but it accepts a reference to the actual menu item. So by making a reference to this helper method here, so I'm going to just hit here, copy permalink. So here you can already see that, yes, this helper expects a menu item and not an array of strings, but I'm going to leave this link in the description here in my PR, like this, and check it one more time. It looks correct, and I'm going to hit propose changes. And that's it. That's our change. And we are going to hit create pull request. So you can see here the description that we entered on the page where we initiated this commit is going to make it into the description of the PR itself. And when you hit preview, you will see that the permalink I copied is actually rendering the relevant part of the code. So yeah, I think this is it's more than enough for them to see that yeah, the documentation is off for this particular helper method. So I'm going to hit create pull request here, and that's it. You made your first pull request. Now in some repositories you have automated builds that are running against your branch and verifying that you didn't break something. Of course, this is an edit to readme file, so it should be fine, but expect that if you change something in the source, you can break some other stuff, and you are going to see that here when any of these fails. So if you're ready to make your first open source contribution, then go ahead. If you are afraid from modifying other people's code and going into their repositories and proposing changes, you don't have confidence, you're not sure, then just reach out to me on Twitter and I'm going to help you. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.